To Beau, the fifth column from John Weaver, Rosamond, California. You know, the California 20th District you keep referring to a great deal. You seem to be having a great interest regarding McCarthy. Let's get the formalities over with. It's 4:57 in the morning, Sunday, West Coast time, 17th of December, 2023. Okay, you keep talking about the 20th, but you don't even know what the 20th is. It's a lot of Kern County, California, my district, my home. My home, which is Rosamond, California, which is bordering on LA County and Kern County. And unfortunately, we do have maggots out here. We don't have GOP, we have maggots. That being said, I'm wondering how come McCarthy is so much of an interest to you in the first place. We all know that he's an ass kisser to Trump. Make no mistake about it. And the rest of the party is ass kissers, including those who keep supporting McCarthy and Trump right now, as it is. Aren't they fun? We only have one Democrat in the area. You don't even do your homework very well. And if you did, you didn't even say anything about it. We do have, in this particular district, three representatives. We've got two out of three that are Democrats. We have Alejandro Padilla. We also have LaFonza Butler, both Democrats. And these are the senators that we have. But you're right, we only have one representative, which is a cluster twit called McCarthy, who pulled out and can't do anything. But you're bringing in the other fascinating topic in this one here, too. California state law. Well, gee, how do we bypass that? You don't. It's a law. McCarthy's replacement should know better on this one. District manager. Basically, he would have some knowledge of what laws we've got in California that would prevent him from jumping from one race to another race. But he's going to sue. Even McCarthy would know about this one. But he quickly endorsed his former district manager on this one. Isn't that fun? So now he thinks he can't do the state assembly. He's going to try doing McCarthy's seat at this point over here, but he's already filed the paperwork. It's called bureaucracy, schmuck. And if we have a state law stating that you have a certain time limit to file the thing, then what are you doing? Do you think that McCarthy is going to back him up on this one? He's also proving that he'd be a lawbreaker himself. A former lawmaker, now a lawbreaker. You didn't even bother to bring up that little piece of gemstone, didn't you? That Kern County, portions of it, is going to vote for a lawbreaker. This video is going out on my own, and I'll be posting it on my own channel because I know that I got the GOP monitoring this damn thing. Why? Because I'll be sending it over to them anyway, and they're going to be roasting my ass on a spit. I hope so. I'm not running. I'm just telling them what's going on with these idiots. But they don't want to hear schmucks like me, a Democratic libtard who's awashed in wokeism. Let's face it, you got to get more details every time you keep talking about your particular instances, and especially about my particular portion of town. You don't even know what the 20th is. We got part of Central Valley that we're dealing with, and also portions of San Bernardino, bordering on LA County, which is District 27. And I don't suppose you know the mountainous regions that we have out here. Did you happen to do your homework on this one? I mean, seriously, do you understand anything about Kern County? Or even California for that matter? Does anybody ever talk about California anymore? No, except for wokeism state. We're liberal like crazy. We have liberals running around this place, but there are certain districts out there that are Trumpism. Orange County is the same way. They're still fighting it out. Out here in Kern, there's not that much industry happening. We have agriculture in the Central Valley. But in the desert regions, that's all we are. This is life-sucking leeches out here. Oh, we got lovely ridgecrest. We had a nice, lovely earthquake back in, oh, what was it, about several years ago? July 4th weekend. That was real fun. Of course, the town hadn't burned or broken down yet. It's still there. We also have California City still dealing with its own crime wave, but they're hanging in there for Kern County, for the outskirts of it anyway. Turning to inwards of the regional desert, we also have Mojave. Oh, I'm sorry, they call it Mojave these days. I'm sorry, I'm liberal. I call it Mojave. Just to insult them. It's a spit of a town. It's a spick of a town. The only thing interesting over there is SpaceX. Dick Rutan, Bert Rutan. The company of theirs. Scaled Composites. I'll take that back. SpaceX, that's in Torrance, if I'm not mistaken. Closer to the LAX airport area. Scaled Composites. Keep that name ringing in your head because that's aerospace territory. And they test aircraft out there as well. Not to mention having a nice boneyard of a lot of rusting aircraft out there. In the hillsides, into the mountain regions, we have Tehachapi. Very expensive place. People like going over there because I don't know why. I've been through it once before and I don't even like it much. Looks like a fire death trap anyway. But I did mention Roseman. Oh yeah. We're the border town. We're the other leech out here. Can't get that much work. We can't get that much stuff out of Kern County. We have to take care of what we have to take care of ourselves half the time. We only got one fire department. Actually, we got one fire station. We've got one sheriff's department that has maybe about that much if they're lucky enough on staff. For about 13, 14,000. Care to check the U.S. Census data on that one. We're right next to Edwards Air Force Base. Used to be called Muroc Airfields before they changed it to Edwards. We have housing facilities for the temporary. We have low-income folks out here battling it out with long-term retirees out here. Oh yeah, our crime rate's going up. Not as bad as Lancaster and Palmdale, but it's crawling up out there because we don't have the representation. Not to mention it's a speedway out here. While we have traffic coming in and out along Roseman Boulevard and trying to kill people on Sierra Highway. And then there's also 20th, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, we have the Willow Springs International, but nobody knows it's international. Somebody else named it a few decades ago before I got into this joint. And me, I'm coming from Southern California, lovely San Fernando Valley. I moved out here with my family into the Antelope Valley in 2005 because the rent got too damn high. Oh, did you ever see anything concerning about Southern California? Not much? Okay, fine. Southern California rents been increasing left and right, which is forcing people to go out and get homeless or moving out of the state or to different counties. Hence the need for Roseman getting more and more low-income housing built over here, scaring the hell out of local natives out here because they like retiring in a nice, quiet community. And now since we got people moving in, it scares the hell out of them because now we think more crime. This place has always been a hideaway. More of the development is on the west side of the 14th interstate. Less development on the east side. Other than that, this particular town has been ignored both by Kern and by LA County. We are not claimed by LA County. We are bordering on LA County. But we do borrow LA County services such as fire, especially if we happen to get into a nice brush fire. Did I fail to mention that we are a desert region out here in the Antelope Valley? That's another thing that you didn't even bother to research or actually care to mention. This whole desert is a nice fire hazard. If you happen to look at the Google Maps or actually take a look at the pictures of Roseman in the local area, you'll see that we are just one disaster away from getting torn and burned down like crazy. Lancaster, not so much. Lancaster is part of LA County, and they have a lot of resources that Kern has yet to bequeath upon us. And because of their constant budget pitfalls, we barely get any law enforcement out here except borrowing the California Highway Patrol from either Lancaster Station or from Mojave just to man our territories out here. But they can only cover so much because California Highway Patrol is state militia, basically. They only deal with the interstate. They'll deal with the federals if they have to. But they won't do the local streets as much unless they're in pursuit mode. So yeah, we have our fair share of crime. We also have our fair share of fires happening and accidents. People don't know how to drive. It's a really wonderful town to live in, I'll tell you that much. But this is part of the 20th district that former Representative McCarthy had yet to even take a look at us. We were lucky enough if he actually visited the town. Now, me and my family, as I said before, we moved out here in the Antelope Valley back in '05 because the rent was too damn high in the San Fernando Valley. We've been living out there for 38 years. We come out to the Antelope Valley because we got no place to go. Ma passes away in 2013. Actually, yeah, 2013 in February. My brother in 2018. I'm stuck out here. No place to move out of here. This is home sweet home. But I don't like it when people keep misaligning us a bit when they don't even understand what the 20th district is and what McCarthy represents. Nobody ever covers our territory. Nobody even talks about our territory out here in the desert regions. What he does and what he doesn't represent, Mr. McCarthy. So now, since he's walked away from misrepresenting us in Congress, I'm wondering the next knothead that you already mentioned is going to do a fair dinkum job at this point. I don't think so. Not in my book. Besides me being a libtard/libtard wokeism, I don't think much about the GOP. They're gone. We got the Trumplican Party taken over. Aren't they wonderful? Anyway, that's my story. I hope I bored the crap out of you. Next time, fill in the details.